December 2022, a moment that changed football forever. As the final whistle echoed across Qatar and Lionel Messi lifted the World Cup trophy into the night sky, millions of fans around the world felt they had just witnessed the completion of football's greatest story. For years, the debate had divided families, friendships, and entire fan bases. Messi or Ronaldo? Who was the greatest football player of all time? But after Argentina's victory, many believed the debate was finally over. The World Cup was the one trophy missing from Messi's collection, and now he had it. The story seemed complete. The argument seemed finished. But football has a funny way of surprising us when we least expect it. Because while one legend completed his dream, another legend walked away from that tournament with tears in his eyes. Cristiano Ronaldo. The man who spent nearly 2 decades breaking records, defying expectations, and proving doubters wrong. For many people, his emotional walk down the tunnel after Portugal's elimination felt like the end, the final chapter, the last page of an incredible career. The media wasted no time writing their headlines. Ronaldo is finished. His time is over. The next generation has arrived. They said age had finally won. They said football's most relentless competitor had reached the end of the road. But here's the question nobody can answer with certainty. What if they're wrong? What if Cristiano Ronaldo still has one final masterpiece left? What if the football world is about to witness the greatest comeback story in sports history? Imagine this. The year is 2026. The World Cup is being played across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The biggest World Cup ever. The biggest stage ever. And somehow, against every prediction, Cristiano Ronaldo is still there, still competing, still scoring, still chasing history. At an age when most footballers have already retired, he continues to train with the obsession of a teenager fighting for his first professional contract. That alone is remarkable. But what makes Ronaldo different has never been talent alone. It has always been his mentality, the refusal to accept limitations, the refusal to surrender, the refusal to believe that something is impossible. Every time the world has counted him out, he has responded. Every single time. When people said he couldn't succeed in England, he became a superstar. When they said he couldn't dominate Spain, he broke records. When they said he couldn't succeed in Italy, he won titles. And when people claimed his move to Saudi Arabia was the end, he responded by scoring goals at a historic rate. The criticism became fuel. The doubt became motivation. And perhaps that's exactly why writing Cristiano Ronaldo off is so dangerous. Because no player in football history has built a career on proving people wrong quite like him. But let's be realistic. Winning a World Cup isn't easy. In fact, it's the hardest achievement in football. Even the greatest players in history have failed to win one. Legends have come and gone without ever lifting that famous trophy. So if Ronaldo wants to achieve this miracle in 2026, he won't be able to do it alone. Fortunately for him, Portugal may have the strongest squad in their history. Look across the pitch. In midfield, there is creativity, intelligence, and world-class quality. Bruno Fernandes can unlock any defense with a single pass. Bernardo Silva can control the rhythm of a match with unbelievable composure. Vitinha has developed into one of the most technically gifted midfielders in football. On the wings, Portugal possesses speed, skill, and unpredictability. Defenders fear players who can destroy a game in one moment. Portugal has several. And then there is the defense. Strong, disciplined, experienced. Built for tournament football. This is no longer a team that depends entirely on Ronaldo. That may actually be their greatest strength. Because now Ronaldo doesn't need to carry the entire nation on his shoulders. He only needs to do what he has always done best. Score goals, punish mistakes, deliver when the pressure is highest. Some players get nervous when the spotlight grows brighter. Ronaldo seems to become stronger. The bigger the moment, the bigger the performance. That mentality is priceless in a World Cup. But the path ahead will be brutal, because football has never been more competitive. France remains one of the strongest nations on earth. England continues to improve with every tournament. Brazil is always dangerous. Spain possesses incredible young talent. Argentina will arrive determined to defend their crown. Germany can never be underestimated. And there will always be surprise teams capable of shocking the world. Every match will feel like a final. Every mistake could end the dream. The margins will be tiny. The pressure will be enormous. And Ronaldo will be 41 years old. Think about that for a moment. 41. Most footballers are retired by then. Many are working as coaches, pundits, or club ambassadors. Yet Ronaldo is trying to compete against athletes nearly half his age. It sounds impossible. But then again, people have been calling Ronaldo's achievements impossible for 20 years, and somehow he keeps finding a way. That's what makes this story so fascinating. Not because it's likely, but because it's possible. Football has always been a sport where miracles happen. Nobody expected Greece to win Euro 2004. Nobody expected Leicester City to win the Premier League. Nobody expected Morocco to reach a World Cup semi-final. History is filled with impossible stories. So why couldn't Ronaldo create one more? Now imagine the scene. July 2026, World Cup semi-final. Portugal faces a football giant. The match is tied. Extra time is approaching. The stadium is packed with nervous fans. Millions are watching around the globe. The tension is unbearable. Then, in the 88th minute, Portugal launches one final attack. A cross flies into the box. Defenders scramble. The goalkeeper hesitates. And there he is, Cristiano Ronaldo, the man who has spent his entire life appearing exactly where he needs to be. One leap, one header, one moment. Goal! The stadium explodes. Commentators lose their minds. Fans jump from their seats. Portugal reaches the final. The dream remains alive. Can you imagine the emotion? Can you imagine the headlines? Can you imagine the reaction from football fans around the world? Because whether you love him or hate him, football feels bigger when Cristiano Ronaldo is competing for greatness. And that's why millions will be watching. Not just Portugal fans, not just Ronaldo fans, everyone. Because people are drawn to stories that seem impossible. Now let's go one step further. The World Cup final. 90 minutes separate Portugal from football immortality. The score is level. The clock is ticking. Every player is exhausted. Every fan is holding their breath. One moment can decide everything. One chance, one shot, one goal. And somehow, destiny places the ball at Ronaldo's feet. Maybe it's a penalty. Maybe it's a free kick. Maybe it's a rebound inside the box. The details don't matter. What matters is the moment. The entire world watching. The pressure unbearable. History waiting. Ronaldo takes a breath. He looks at the goal. The whistle blows. And he scores. Portugal becomes world champion. The impossible becomes reality. The critics fall silent. The doubters disappear. And football witnesses one of the greatest sporting achievements ever seen. Would that make Ronaldo the greatest player of all time? Would it reopen the GOAT debate? Would it completely change how history remembers him? Those questions would dominate football conversations for years. But before any of that can happen, reality must arrive. Because dreams alone don't win World Cups. Goals win World Cups. Teamwork wins World Cups. Preparation wins World Cups. Portugal must survive the toughest tournament in football. They must stay healthy, they must stay focused, and they must perform under pressure. The challenge is enormous. The odds are difficult. The obstacles are everywhere. Yet somehow that feels appropriate. After all, Cristiano Ronaldo's career has always been about overcoming impossible odds. From a small island in Madeira to the biggest stadiums on Earth. From a young dreamer to a global icon. From doubted teenager to football legend. Every chapter has followed the same pattern. People doubt him, he proves them wrong. Now, the world waits to see if there is one final chapter still left to be written. One final mountain to climb. One final dream to chase. one final trophy to lift. Will Cristiano Ronaldo win the 2026 World Cup? Nobody knows. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. That's what makes football beautiful. The answer can only be found on the pitch. But one thing is certain. If Ronaldo somehow lifts that trophy at 41 years old, it will become one of the most unforgettable moments in sports history. A moment that people will talk about for generations. A moment that will inspire millions. A moment that will remind us all that sometimes the impossible is only impossible until someone actually does it. And now, the question goes to you. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo can win the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Or do you think another nation will lift the trophy instead? Will it be Portugal? Will it be Argentina again? Will France return to the top? Could Brazil reclaim glory? Or will another surprise team shock the world? Let us know your prediction down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss future football stories, predictions, and legendary moments from the beautiful game. Thanks for watching. And remember, in football, anything is possible.